Good afternoon, Summoners, and welcome to the LCL Lenovo 2017 Spring Term Challenge. What you know, we will be your shotcasters for Game 2. I am Vulcan, and joining with me is Amplifier.
Yeah, hey guys, so we're about to have a couple of exciting games for you guys today. It's been quite some time, and we're slowly approaching the end of, of these conferences, and gonna find out who are gonna be the top 16 teams. And we actually have, like we said, a lot of exciting games today. I think the one we are looking forward to the most is the one with, I believe that's USEP in it,
Yeah, USEP
as well as XU.
XU,
Yeah.
which they're actually seating in the second spot, if I'm not wrong. And the first spot would be Ateneo de Davao University.
Yeah, I think so.
It's going to be an interesting game, not to mention that this is the second rotation. So what does this mean for the teams playing right now is that anyone can qualify for the top 2. Note that we are in our Mindanao conference, not the other conference where they take the top 3. But instead, since the Mindanao conference, it's pretty small. So that's why you only take top 2.
Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna find out very soon. It won't actually be finalized today because actually, looking at the standing, it would be ADDU and XU in the top 2 seeds, but USEP is trailing behind very slightly, so there's still a chance that they can actually topple over any of these two teams. So we're still going to find out which of the final 2 will be moving on to the top 16 for the whole Philippine LCL actual. That's really the cream of the crop in the end for the LCL.
Cream. So with that said, I
still
mean,
hungry.
Yeah, but so I hope you guys ate your lunch because we're gonna have the Mindanao conference. We're used to seeing that. Let's say in the 5-minute mark, we've seen like 2 kills already. We know the teams are very bloodthirsty. And you know that the games are pretty, sometimes one-sided, sometimes maybe not. But in the end, it's a very fun game. So to the players out there, I hope you're ready because this is actually an important day for players who are going to fight in the Mindanao conference.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because we're going to be seeing 8.7 in action for the first time for anything competitive. So again, just a look at the standings. So again, ADDU and XU are leading. So they are both at the top seed with the same amount of wins and losses. And then, like we said, USEP with 3 wins and 1 loss slowly trailing behind. So there's still a chance, actually, that they can topple over any of the top 2 seeding. And then later on during the day, actually HCDC will be playing along with some of the lower seeds. So those won't really have any bearing on the standing. But in terms of seeding, we still will find out which of them will actually be 8th place, 7th place, 6th place, etc.
And the teams who are following below it, like say 4, 5, 6, they are praying that these top 3, they will have more losses. Like at least 2 losses, not a 5-1, so that they can make it into the top. They have a chance to make it to the top 2. So let's hope that to those teams who are wanting to represent the Mindanao Conference, that these top 3 teams will have at least one more loss, or it's 2 losses.
Yeah, that's very true. So actually, we'll be moving into the game in just a bit. I believe our teams are just setting up for the game. And again, I just want to remind you guys, 7.7. First time we're going to be seeing it in action. And I'm sure some of the gamers, Nananjan, I'm sure you've seen the interesting changes that they've applied, especially to probably the saddest jungler on the Rift who's been absent, for pro play as far as we can recall. Amumu, he's received a pretty interesting change, especially to his passive. It's been very interestingly changed. So I'm really excited to see if it'll actually slip through in the pick and ban, or if all the teams will just ban it out straight up.
Well, they can actually use the Amumu because it's not a rework, it's a buff. So right now, since it's patch 7.7, they can now use the Galio, and that is one of the rules in the LCL that after a certain patch, you are able to use the recently reworked champions. Let's say that's Galio, but buff champions, no matter what the cost. Let's say Amumu. We have also a lot of buff champions, not to mention, let's say Jarvan. And who else is that? Alistar also, the cooldown of Trample got decreased, so they can use that. So let's see on to the drafting phase.
Alright, so for the drafting phase, taking a look at the bans, it's going to be Lee Sin ban. Actually, I'm going to move back in, but I believe I saw Lee Sin and Kled being banned. So I guess those are pretty interesting. Lee Sin has been picked very frequently along with Graves in the jungle.
One of the strong meta junglers right now.
Yeah, exactly. And I guess that's also partly due to a lot of the other junglers being nerfed. Like, say, for example, Rengar was actually nerfed again in patch 7.7. Over and over, we're seeing him jumping back to the patch notes. But again, yeah, he was nerfed. So that does make certain junglers like Lee Sin and Graves, just so viable in the current meta. And then we're seeing Fiora being banned. I believe that's a niche ban right there. And then Malzahar, who's still quite popular for the support side at least, is going to be banned as well. And then Lulu, I mean, we've seen Lulu tons of times in competitive, so it's a given.
Sometimes top Lulu or mid Lulu just to control the lane, but we see some players still struggling to even use the Lulu properly. Let's say you pick a top Lulu, instead you pick, you itemize very offensively.
Yeah.
Let alone it's like you're supposed to control the lane, but instead you're feeding that lane.
Yeah.
So a top Lulu or mid Lulu is something that you want to control lane, but if you cannot even lane properly, you're giving an opponent a really huge advantage.
Yeah, so taking a look at the picks, is going to be Thresh locked in for Mindanao State University. And yeah, so it actually slipped through the pick and ban. XU, they were penalized.
Wow, it's a lock-in?
I'm not sure. Oh yeah, it's locked in. So it's going to be Rumble and Graves on the side of Xavier University. Both still very strong picks right now. Although Rumble did receive a slight nerf. There was a 1 second increase on his E, I believe.
The harpoon.
Yeah, so the harpoon. So
yeah,
he was
that's pretty annoying. When I'm laning against the Rumble, it's like it keeps spamming and I get so I get really ticked off. So not to mention, we're gonna see newly reworked, buffed Amumu. So very interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as I know, it's the passive. That's I'm not pretty familiar.
The passive,
with it.
and I think the Q. I'll have to double check that. But taking a look at the rest of the picks, it's going to be Ari and Vayne actually being locked in here on the side of Xavier University, and then Corki Ezreal. So this is going to be a Corki mid, which we actually. Oh wait. That's hovering over Katarina.
Yes.
So will that be a Katarina top, Corki top? We'll have to see, actually. But Katarina was also...
Oh, it's locked in.
Oh, it's locked in.
So let's play a bit of a guessing game here.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess Katarina will be taking top lane.
Yeah, seeing that the Thresh has been removed from Xavier University. So let's see which... I think the top laner might be... it's gonna be a Katarina for sure. I mean, Corki in the top lane, not so good against a Rumble. And Rumble will have a really hard time against a slippery champion like Katarina.
Yeah, I'm just a bit worried about the Corki because remember, Corki was actually nerfed in some of the recent patches. You know, the big one was kind of switched up a bit. So his poke is not as reliable as it used to be. Unlike Ari, who we know is so popular right now in the meta, and she's very flexible. She's got good poke. She roams really well, and I would say roams more reliably than Corki because Corki's passive is very
item reliant, the package reliant, right? And not to mention, Ari is one of the most mobile AP mages in the mid lane.
Yeah.
I can't even pick up any other champions who is as most mobile as Ari.
Yeah, Ari, I guess, and Aurelion Sol, probably the most mobile mid laners that we have in the Rift. So these are the final compositions. Vayne is a pretty interesting pick. I'm seeing it sort of get picked a bit more often in the bot lane, but that's for solo queue. For competitive, still not being seen. So I'm interested to see how it'll work, especially against this Thresh and this Ezreal. Bard was buffed, I believe, in this patch. Let me just check. He is Chimes, his Chimes were actually buffed slightly. Yeah,
I'm not pretty sure how Bard would pair up well against the Vayne, knowing that Bard is known for roaming around in around the map. Maybe let's say a champion who fends up alone pretty well. Let's say a Lucian, maybe. I think Lucian is really good in alone. I mean, I've seen him duel out. When you're really good as Lucian, you can kite out the enemy, and you can even see us on top of that.
I mean, I think I definitely agree with you because Bard, like you said, he's really a kind of support that's meant to roam, and Vayne can't afford to have her support roaming because she needs help during that laning phase. So it is a worry, especially when you consider how aggressive Thresh players usually are. There won't be a lot of peel coming from this Bard to help out the Ezreal. So yeah, it's a questionable pick, I guess. There's a lot of risk entailed here for this Vayne because always, sa lahat ng mga Vayne player dyan, I'm sure you all relate, the early game is the worst. Like, you really, back then at least, Vayne had a much better early game, but ever since the nerfs and everything, she's not really in such a good spot. So you really have to be careful during the early game, not to get engaged on. And the good news here is that it's not a Thresh Lucian, because if that was a Thresh Lucian, dear God, Vayne, bless your soul. Good luck in that laning phase. But since it's an Ezreal, he does also take some time to scale, so he won't really be able to follow up on any of Thresh's engage during the early game. So that's the good news there.
And not to mention to our viewers, we're gonna have a remake of the pick and ban phase because We just had a message that
the
Katarina should have been a Jace.
Yeah.
So what does this mean? I mean, when you have a remake, when you have a remake of let's say pick and ban phase in the LCL, you are not allowed to change who you banned, who you picked. Whatever you locked in, it has to be the same thing for a remake to happen. And for a remake to be eligible, I think that's up to Metanoia to decide.
Yeah.
Let's say, okay, you had a mishap. Let's have a remake.
Yeah.
But you have to choose the Katarina in the same order you picked it.
Okay.
So we're gonna have a remake. That's it. It would be a top chase. I was really interesting.
I was wondering, like, why would somebody suddenly bring out the Katarina? I mean, LCL, it is a bit more experimental than the PGS in terms of the draft, but I still wasn't expecting to see a Katarina in the top lane. So it does make sense that should have been a Jace against the Rumble, because Jace does do pretty well, especially with skirmishing and dueling during that early game.
Yeah,
probably more effective.
Not to mention, Katarina got heavily nerfed on that Shumpo.
Her Shumpo cooldown increased.
Like 4 seconds.
Yeah.
So Katarina's main damage comes from her Shumpo. I've heard from Shinbu, which is a Katarina pro player.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, so when the Shumpo has been nerfed, let's say 4 seconds, it's very punishing.
Yeah.
From what he said, like, it's going to be really hard to harass, and your main damage is not the Death Lotus, but the picking up the blades and the bouncing blades combo.
Yeah, that too. I mean, I think the one who's saddest of us all is Faker.
Oh yeah, man, that's a direct.
He's the guy, you know, when you think about Katarina, at least in the current meta, you think about Faker immediately, because the guy is just crazy on Katarina. But with it being nerfed, I think Riot was just trying to nerf Faker in general, like not really anyone else. It's just really Faker who's nerfed by that one. But yeah, I'm excited to see how else the pick and bans are going to do. Keep in mind, I think we have around 3 or 4 games throughout the day, so there will still be, I imagine, some other picks. Like, for example, Galio is open for play, and I really like the change on him. I actually really like his kit. Recently, they did slightly nerf him, I believe, because his laning phase was really reliable. His passive damage was brought
passive
down.
damage and the Winds of
Q,
War.
yeah. So they increased the AP ratio, but they decreased the percent max health damage. So you have to put in a bit more AP into your build before you actually start dealing more damage with the Q.
And not to mention, in the laning phase, it's really hard for tanks.
So
Galio was meant to not really deal that much damage.
Yeah,
honestly.
he was meant to be a tank, not to be a tank destroyer. So
tank destroyer and a burst mage. So the Jace pick was actually a bug. So I'm not pretty sure what kind of bug that is. But let's say it's a bug pick. It should have not been a Katarina. It should have been a Jace. So with the picking phase already completed, we'll have a remake of that.
Yeah. So it's probably gonna be Jace Rumble, right?
Jace against Rumble, but not to mention we still have our Search and Win trivia and the GPL ticket giveaway, which this time is the last ticket among the 3 tickets we've given away. We've given away 2 tickets. So the last ticket, you guys have a chance to win that last GPL free ticket. Make sure you answer the Search and Win trivia, and if you're not the first one to answer it, but you answered it correctly, you are eligible for the raffle.
Yeah, so and keep in mind, aside from the giveaways we're having here, a lot of other people are also having giveaways. As far as I can recall, I'm actually giving away tickets. We have Atlas, one of our other casters, giving away tickets. Shinbu, I think, and GG Spear. So a lot of them are giving away tickets. So do make sure, to take advantage of that as much as you can, because GPL is in 1 week. It's actually already this coming Sunday. So if you guys want to witness, the first ever International League of Legends tournament to be held here, and this is really the opportunity to do so.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty, what's the right word? Not exciting, but it's kind of surreal that the Philippines are going to host their first GPL in Manila. I mean, so you have the home base advantage. So let's see if Mineski will represent.
Yeah, so
I mean, they might make it to the finals. I've heard that they're having a boot camp right now. They're practicing really hard.
Yeah, they're actually scrimming, I think, against some of the teams out there in Southeast Asia. So that's definitely good news. Scrimming means, they're learning a lot from the teams, and although the other teams are also learning a lot about them. So,
so
we'll have to see.
It's a double way.
Yeah, it's a trade-off, I guess.
It's a trade-off, more of a practice.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. So for the viewers out there, we will have a short break due to the pick and ban phase bug, because the Katarina should have been a Jace. So it's a really short break. Stay tuned. It's not going to be like 5 minutes or 10 minutes.
Yeah, we'll just be back in a bit.
Yeah, we'll just be back in a bit. Let's say a minute maybe.
Yeah.
And we are back on the Rift Game 2. And as you know it, we are on our Mindanao Conference of Game 2 MSU versus XU. It's going to be a really interesting matchup to see how SU will deal against MSU.
Yeah, and keep in mind, XU is actually second seed right now. So this is a very important game that we're going to be witnessing. So let's see how things go again. Breaking down the team compositions on the blue side. That's Mindanao State University. It's going to be Jace in the top lane finally. It's there. And it's going to be Amumu in the jungle, who was recently changed in 7.7. So this should be interesting to see how he does perform. That's going to be Corky mid. And then Ezreal and Thresh for the bot lane.
And not to mention, we are also thankful to our sponsors. I mean, we saw the commercial, that laptop. If you guys want more information, they have their website. And if you want more details of their Y series.
Yeah, stuff looks really good, especially when we saw it back in the LCL Lenovo event.
Yeah, not to mention, when I saw the one of the models on the stand, it made me want to steal one. But of course, Metanayo was looking. I couldn't even touch it.
Oh, and we hope everyone's actually safe because we actually did just feel, well, I felt an earthquake.
I didn't feel the earthquake.
Yeah.
So when Amplifier was looking me straight into the
I
eyes,
was like, hey, do we continue this stream, man? I see everything shaking, and he's just like, huh? What? I didn't feel any earthquake.
What earthquake? So to our viewers out there, welcome back to the stream. We are on a game 2. We had some technical difficulties on that game. That's why we're going to have a, let's say, it's going to come back soon, so don't worry about that. And we are still running our Search It Win Trivia and the GPL ticket giveaway.
Yeah,
so stay tuned for that.
Yeah, keep in mind the Garena Premier League. That's going to be all of the, well, I think as far as I know, all of the Southeast Asian countries going to be joining us here in the Philippines, actually, in Samsung Hall. And that's going to be a really prestigious tournament because that's going to be every top team from the Southeast Asian countries performing here, including our very own Mineski is going to be representing the Philippines since they did win the Pro Gaming Series Championship. So this will be the first time ever in Philippine history that there will be a League of Legends International Tournament held here. So please, guys, do keep in mind that there are actually also a lot of giveaways going on. For example, from casters like myself and Atlas, for example, Shinbu, GG Sphere, they're all giving away tickets, aside from the one we're having here. So keep your eyes open because this is, again, going to be one of the most exciting League of Legends tournaments we're going to be having.
And not to mention, it would be on the SMR Hall April 16. More details are at gpl.garena.com.
All right. So again,
back
we hope
to the game.
Everyone's safe from that earthquake.
I didn't feel it, so it's not really an earthquake. So I hope that was the last one.
Yun na po yung big one. That was the big one.
Thank God. Thank God it's not anymore.
Please,
damaging.
Please
let it be the big one.
All right, so let's take a look at the lanes. Things looking pretty standard. For Xavier University, that's going to be Rumble in the top lane, Graves in the jungle, Ari in the mid lane, all staple picks. And then we'll be having a pretty interesting lane for Xavier University, which is going to be the Vayne and the Bard. Vayne, not really touched by any of the patch notes recently, but Bard was actually slightly buffed in terms of his chimes for this patch. So pretty exciting to see how they'll perform.
And we're going to see that Sandy will hit that level 2 spike. We're going to expect that he will be playing aggressive, going through lanes, visiting more often compared to Platos on that Amumu.
Yeah, we do know that Amumu usually does go for that lane presence around level 6.
Or level 3 with a bandage.
Well, yeah, there's also that option.
Tantrum.
So we'll have to see what they do decide to go for. Again, we were discussing earlier. Oh! Bit of engage there.
That's a bit of
oh my god!
How did it connect? Heals, burst, flashes up, ignite, summoner's spell, trade off. That was a close call for Xavier University.
I have no idea how that hook connected, but I think Vayne felt safe. She was behind the minion, but overstepped slightly past the minion so that the Q actually connected. So very unfortunate there, which actually caused them 3 summoner spells, unlike Yugto's flash and ignite. So they do have a they actually still have both summoner spells onto Ezreal, which is going to be really big. So
that's going to be huge. And knowing that Vayne is really not mobile, it's the only times when Vayne is mobile is when she's chasing down the enemy, not running away. So a pretty close call for Xavier University.
Yeah, so it doesn't help that Vayne's early game is still very questionable, so she's already at a disadvantage. And Thresh,
Not sure what's happening there.
Yeah,
There is a technical difficulty, maybe from connection issue. We will not know unless we are told.
Yeah. So actually, we're seeing Amumu quite low. He actually did. He just cleared his Krug.
Yeah, look at that. The HP of Amumu compared to Graves at level 3 just goes to show how powerful Graves is in the jungle right now as one of the strong meta junglers. Compared to Amumu, I mean, just recently reworked, not a big deal.
Yeah.
But looking at the clear, it's not that healthy.
Yeah, I mean, Graves' kit is just in general, like during the early clearing, like you said, it's just really good, right? Like your passive and your Q, those two things alone are actually just huge amounts of damage already onto the camps, unlike Amumu, who, you know, actually does only start to really feel the clear probably around level 5+, you know, once you've really gotten the upgrades to your abilities. But early on, you know, I think he's always suffered from the clear, a bit similar to Sejuani, I guess, but we'll have to see how things go here.
So not to mention, if Xavier University win both games, they're probably going to be part of the top 2, making the raising the bar for any member, any team who wish to represent the Mindanao Conference.
Yeah, again, these next few days will be, or rather these next few LCL days at least, will be us finally finding out which of the top 2 teams from the Mindanao Conference will be moving on to be part of the top 16 for the LCL.
And to our Globe and TM subscribers, rejoice! You can buy Garena shells at www.gamer.com.ph using your prepaid or postpaid phones. So if you are eyeing for a skin you like, let's say the Godfist Lee Sin, it's easier to get now this time. You don't need to go to 7-Eleven.
Really convenient. Yeah, you don't need to walk anymore to any kind of station. You can just use your cell phone. And Amumu, will he get him?
Sandy really testing his luck with the machine.
Yeah, and I mean, Amu would not contest that Graves. Graves is way better at that early game skirmishing compared to the Amumu.
But note that Graves has been nerfed in terms of the true grit, where it does not grant
offer MR
anymore. So he has to be mindful of that. But that's not really a big nerf in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh.
Look at that, bit of a skirmish going on. Here comes Graves. Here's Amumu. There is the lantern. Oh, it will be a disengage with a death sentence. Not landing at all.
Yeah, and Thresh didn't have his flash there either, so he couldn't go for the flashy flash Q. So Ezreal actually though being left alone here, and he's quite low, 24 to 34, and Vayne is actually ahead by around 10 CS. So despite the miraculous hook that Thresh got earlier, Ezreal is still having a bit of a difficult time here in the lane, and I guess that is due to the fact that, well, for one, Vayne's dueling potential compared to the Ezreal in the early game is actually still better because she does have the Q to dodge Ezreal's skill shots, and then the bonus damage, of course, that you get from that is quite nice. Nice dodge there from Kathy. And sustain from Bard. That's the one thing Thresh doesn't have. It's that sustain. So even though there's a bit of an engage from this bot lane.
Yep. So when nothing lands.
Yeah, then the sustain's there. Yeah.
It's sad. Quote unquote metanoia.
I mean, Vayne. I guess in a way, Vayne just really teases Ezreal Thresh as a lane.
Why is she ahead?
Yeah, well, yeah, because that's... Oh, wait. Well, technically, Ezreal's already caught up because of the wave that just went into the tower. But like I said, Vayne is... She really teases his lane, this Ezreal Thresh lane, because her Q dodges skill shots. So either if it's the mistake shot or the hook coming in from Thresh, she can just dodge either one, and then you get that additional movement speed actually even from the W of Bard. So in that sense, it's very difficult to hit her.
So it's a matter of mechanical play. The mechanics are going to be really showing right now for MSU to land those hooks and skill shots. Not to mention, it's going to be very easy for XU in landing their skill shots because it's not that really reliant in terms of how you land it, because you can have a slow on the Bard. Not to mention if it's a stun. Good job. And Vayne, no skill shots at all.
Exactly.
Point and click.
It's just point and click. So it's really going to be all about the mind games here from Thresh. He can't make... well, I mean, if he could repeat the miraculous hook he got earlier all the time, then, you know, that would be the ideal state. But that, again, that's a lot. I think that's a bit too much to expect from... Well, except from Mad Life. It's a bit too much to expect from, you know, our everyday players. So, but we do like to hope, you know, that he will land some of those skill shots. So, yeah, I'm quite interested to see how that bot lane is going to turn out. Like, especially when this Vayne, we all know that Vayne scales really hard into the late game. So the moment that Amumu hits level 6, he has to make sure that he shuts down that Vayne before she scales too quickly. Otherwise, I think the game will slowly and surely fall into XU's hands.
So not to mention the Vayne is a main problem, but we should also watch out for that Amumu. I mean, if Amumu reaches level 6, team fight potential is going to be huge for MSU. But will the damage be enough? Because the I think the stun duration is not too long enough for you to completely delete a certain champion.
Yeah, that's true. And another thing is they use the Corki to supplement this Amumu, so there's not really going to be a lot of MR, or rather magic damage that will be amplified from that. So
not to mention the top lane is a Jace.
Yeah,
so
actually, so yeah, there's really there's nothing. There is no.
There is. There is.
Corki's technically hybrid. So.
There is. The Thresh's box. That is AP. That's full AP right there. Yeah. That is the missing.
That's the strat.
That is the strategy we have been looking about. The box.
Yeah,
there
the box.
It is.
Yeah, you go in with the Amumu ult.
There
so
is
it's
the
a circle,
sentence.
and then you use the box.
Yes.
So that is the wombo combo. So watch out later, because when that wombo combo comes out, we're gonna make sure to call it out.
And if the Thresh gets a Rabadon's death cap, oh yeah.
That's what we're waiting for.
That's what we're waiting for.
Thresh with Rabadons.
It's the Thresh AP carry.
No sidestone.
No
you just build straight into the needlessly large rod, and then that's it.
That's it, game set.
Yeah, game set.
So let's hope for the MSU side, they will have to itemize properly. Not really a full AP Thresh or
we're joking.
the box.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, I guess that's something you have to wonder about when picking Amumu, because the rationale behind grabbing this Amumu, I imagine, was supposed to be going for something like a wombo combo, because it's a big waste of potential with true damage that you provide, the 15%. Because say, for example, like we were talking about earlier, if you get the Amumu that spikes along with, say, something like Orianna or the Ziggs, then imagine the damage output that would come out from those huge AoE magic damage spells. So it would just be a really great team fight, I can imagine, if it went really well.
Not to mention, I would recommend Katarina, but with the recent the nerves just hit. And I think someone is very sad about that. And look at that.
That's what I meant.
Maybe it wasn't the miraculous hook, but let's hope the bandage toss will remedy the solution. But that would be a recall. Level 6 spikes is going to be soon. And in the top lane, not much going on. CS lead on Rumble's side. Not of a big deal. 10 CS. That's just it.
We're watching mid lane actually.
And here comes.
Actually missed.
Cleanse out of that Ignite True damage.
Oh,
and
wow.
gets baited for the first blood. What a play coming from the Xavier University's mid laner.
And I want you to keep in mind that Manok actually had his flash up. So that was a very, very greedy and overconfident play there coming from Naki. Underestimated the damage that could have come from Kratos just because he missed the charm. Never underestimate the opponent.
Plus he had 2 more Spirit Rushes, so that's a mistake. Just because you cleanse out the Ignite does not guarantee your safety. But look at that. Sandy on the brush side, not giving a care in the world. Might go for a dive. Here it comes. The stun will not connect.
Alright, so he will be recalling there.
Wait.
Will he?
The play misses.
No play.
Might be a dive. The stun also misses. Sandy shows himself up. No
level
dive.
6.
No tower dive is going to happen. It's very risky knowing that there is a hard CC champion like Thresh.
Yeah, so they'll be backing away. No teardrop yet for our Ezreal here. And again, Vayne with the sustain for the Bard. It's just very easy, and she's looking very confident actually looking at the CS. She's still keeping up, and any Vayne that's keeping up in CS is usually winning already. Here
comes a very obvious gank from the mid lane of MSU, but here comes Sandy. Another teleport coming in. Manok is faced with a decision. Should I stay or should I fight? Deciding to flash away. Equalizer to cut off the escape. Manok just walks away unscathed, but Sandy goes in for the flash.
Oh, wow.
Here comes the tower dive. Chop gets the kill, and that is a double kill for Chop.
Worth that TP coming in there. So I actually thought that was going to be an over-aggressive engage, but they were on the same page. They actually all came in for that dive, and Graves, he didn't die actually. That was definitely a worth kill, and that's going to really boost Rumble forward. I mean, we were talking about this top lane matchup between Jace and Rumble, and it's a bit of a worrying start for Rumble because he doesn't do so well during the early game. But with his double kill, that's going to be a really fast Leandries, and that's pretty much going to negate the early weakness that Rumble has.
And not to mention, look at the Jace spilling a Tear of the Goddess. Not a really good itemization. Kratos gets caught by the Banditosh. Bounky is in with the hammer down, but there's no kill guaranteed. Oh, no. There is still hope. No, they back away.
Yeah, so Spirit Rush actually being used. Oh! Vayne.
How did he die?
How did Vayne kill that S and Ari?
Really tasting his luck, has the blue buff. That's going to be a really juicy kill. And a basic attack plus the Sheen proc secures the kill for Manok.
Yeah, Ari actually went for the double Dorans on her first back, so considering she just died there, that's really going to delay a bit of her spike. What I'm wondering is how the Ezreal died.
Yeah, I think we'll have a replay soon, but look at that. Flytos coming in for Gang Bandage. Does not land. Really, really sad.
And they wouldn't have killed her either because she's level 7 and Amumu did not have his ult, so that would have been safe, and misses the hook.
It's like when Yukto misses his hook, he will get punished a lot.
Yeah, he really does get punished a lot.
Oh, true shot barrage.
Oh my god.
What a tease. This Almajorm. He's such a tease.
Yeah, and
final hour is up. Do not hug a wall, but there is the death sentence plus the heal. Almajorm flashes out, but MacDoom gets the kill.
Almajorm, that was rude. What he just did. You were actually thinking of going 3v1. That was just, yeah. I don't think there's anywhere there's no way that could have worked unless he dodged the hook and was also Samsung White Imp.
Yeah.
But you're not Samsung White Imp and the hook landed, so that's not gonna work.
So a bit of a I wouldn't say he had high hopes.
Yeah, he had very, very high hopes for that.
High ambitions did not work out, but let's hope in the second time it happens. It will succeed because he has the BF sword.
Yeah, so that's gonna be the Cloud Drake as a first Drake. Not much bot pressure because that is the least valuable one.
I don't get why you would get tier on the Jace. I do not agree with that itemization. If you are low on mana, switch to your hammer stance. You get mana per hit.
I agree. I mean, I think that the Jace should have just gone for a duelist build instead of this late game ramping poke build.
I would recommend a Serrated Dirk.
Yeah.
You don't need to build a
usual lethality build, I guess.
Yeah, lethality build. You don't need to build a tier if you don't miss your skill shots.
Yeah, and the important thing to take note of here is that because Jace didn't go for the duelist build, you have 3 champions building towards the mid to late game. That's Corki, Ezreal, and Jace, and that's really going to delay this spike that Jace should have had, because it would have been better for them to have a split pushing duelist rather than having 3 AD carries technically. So
here comes Almajorm really testing his luck, gets trapped into the box. He gets taken down by MacDoom. Cathy lands the stun. There will be a follow-up.
Oh no!
Wait, Sandy's in position.
Oh no!
The death sentence does connect onto Sandy, and there is the curse of the Sand Mummy! Sandy goes down, Yukto picks up the kill, teleport coming in. The monkey is gonna join in the fight. Let's see how it turns out. He is here.
Will we see a kill?
Chase down.
The Corki and the Jace
connects. Here comes the Shock Blast, does not connect, but Manok is there. Kratos picks up an easy kill with the orb. Kratos flashes out, that would be a safe escape. He goes back in with the orb's exemption, and that would be it.
That's going to be a 1-for-1 actually. But I really do not like how XU pulled that one off.
Monkey, very close call. Kratos gets healed by the Bard. That was really close.
Yeah, really close. I don't like how Savior University is handling this laning phase. Admajorum is way too aggressive in this bot lane, giving away unnecessary kills.
Here comes Admajorum. There is the Lantern.
Yeah.
That is a save.
Again, Savior University, Admajorum, too aggressive. He's given away 2 kills completely unnecessary throughout the past 5 minutes. He was doing so well during the first 5 minutes. You know, he was able to keep up in CS. In fact, he has a lead right now. But, you know, to get the maximum reward for his play, he should just be doing what he was doing during the first 5 minutes. He doesn't need to be going for this, like, hero outplay mode where he expects to, like, 1v2 every single time. It's not working, man.
It's not going to work out much, knowing that Vayne's itemization is not looking too well. Might go for a static shift and an infinity edge, but that would be only 1 turret down.
The good news here is that every lane is winning from Savior University. They have a 4,000 gold lead, and that's almost solely just from the laning phase.
Looking at the CS difference, look at that, 75 to 109, and not to mention in the bot lane, 20 CS difference, and also in the junglers. So things are not looking really good for MSU, not to mention they gave up the first turret of the game.
Yeah, I mean, looking at MSU's composition, it scales way too slowly. you have scaling champions from all your lanes, including the jungle, and only Thresh is relevant for the first few minutes. So their composition actually doesn't really make sense. You needed...
What? That is a call pickup on the Ezreal. Not an item you would pick up knowing that
at 13
you
minutes.
are at 30 minutes and you are behind.
Yeah. So we'll have to see. I mean, yeah, I guess the reason that I said their comp didn't really make sense was because...
Blade gets stunned, forcing out his flash over the Raptors, but there's the chase by Kratos. He eats up the orbs!
Oh man, I think that was a Thunderlord's proc on the Q as well. So just crazy amount of burst. And yeah, MSU, again, like I said, their comp is just taking way too long to scale. This laning phase is really not going so well. I think the only one who can truly carry MSU's side is Ezreal right now. He's slightly behind in CS compared to this Vayne. Yeah,
a lot.
I want to say slightly, but if we're going to have high standards, yes, that's actually by a lot.
76 stacks left on the call. Let's see what minute he will be able to finish it off. My bet would be on the 30-minute mark if MSU can finally survive the 30-minute mark.
Yeah, we'll have to see about that. I mean, this Vayne is scaling faster than she should be. And the Ahri is already 3-1.
Okay, let's spice it up a bit, Amplifier. If the Ezreal does not finish up the call in, let's say, 30-minute mark, I'm going to give you a GPL ticket.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ah,
let's make it happen.
All right, let's see. All right. Well, I mean, I'm not losing anything, so of course that's great for me. You're just making it challenging for yourself.
No, I'm just making it challenging for MSU side.
Yeah,
so let's see.
Let's see if you can finish it.
Look at that, 69 stacks. Wait, let's not be fixated on that. So the I'm pretty nervous right now. Can the camera go to the top lane now? Not anymore here, please. So okay, there you go. Thanks.
Rumble has pushed in, so that is 130 CS. Again, like I said, early Leandries just really hurt this Jace in his laning phase. He has fallen behind officially, and he was actually forced to build Hex after that tier. So this Jace is pretty much officially...
Look at that. He is falling behind.
Useless, yeah.
Useless, not to mention behind in itemization for getting the tier instead of a lethality. Not to mention he picked up the Hex Drinker. He is... What Chubb is doing right now to Monkey is screwing up his itemization, really denying that spike damage they need right now.
Yeah,
and look at that. True. Members of XU circling around the brushes of MSU's jungle.
Here. Graves creeping up from behind, and Bard just waiting to pop that ult. Will he get several members?
Oh man, but there is a ward. There is a ward on that brush. So XU has to take note, knowing that there is a ward.
They can do anything they want right now.
Yeah, and the turret's not gonna last long, so this is gonna be
bad news. Bard ult.
Tempered Fate.
Is it coming?
Oh! Sandy catches the Death Sentence. There is the Tempered Fate. Whoa! Four-man Tempered Fate, and there is the teleport coming into the top lane. Madhum gets the bit denied, and Yukto is forcing to back away. But Sandy, the Ignite does not finish it off. Yukto gets killed by Chubb, and here comes another kill from Majorum, and now Casey going for a tower dive. Here comes Kratos leading the fight with Spirit Rush. Manok comes in for the gang, but that is going to be a punishing thing. Orb of Deception does not land. Where is the Harpoon on cooldown?
Yeah, so that's going to be a 3-for-1 exchange. Only Kathy going down, or Bard going down rather.
It's the support, so none of a huge loss for XU side, so things are looking really good for XU.
Look at that. It's around a 9,000 gold lead and 4 towers ahead. Saber University really just dominating this game at 17 minutes in. They've completely snowballed out of control, and I'm not so sure what Mindanao State University can actually do at this point. They're taking way too long to scale, and the laning phase has just completely, well, it was crap. The laning phase, they fell too far behind actually, and I think the way they should have solved that... Oh, wait. Okay, so let's take a look at this replay, actually.
Sandy.
Sandy with a very big misplay there. He actually wrongly anticipated that.
The 4-man Temper Fate changed the whole fight.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good ult from Amumu, although they technically did just walk towards him pretty much for that ult. I didn't really like the equalizer from Chubb, but they still were able to finalize a couple of kills. Bard... Oh, yeah, man, Sandy almost died there.
Yeah, chugging the potion really helped him live.
Ooh, and yeah, at least Manok was able to get a kill here. Charm actually missed there.
Oh, was that a Baron River? Here comes Manok, really low, giving Kratos the double kill. Monkey late to the fight, flashes in for a kill onto the Ahri, but let's see, a chase will happen up. Sandy closing in, there is the magic journey. Blast code in, but a stun does not connect. Sandy leading with the quick drop.
Oh!
And here is the Ezreal not doing much damage, though. They're sticking away for the control ward, managing to fend away the members of Xavier University.
Yeah, you can see how far
but
behind Jace is.
looking at the bot lane, look at that. Majorem without a care in the world, gonna push that bot lane turret.
Exactly. I mean, no one can 1v1 this Vayne right now. She's way too strong already with the BF Start and the Rapid Fire Cannon.
Monkey is actually gonna bet it all in just to steal
the bards there.
Blue buff.
The Penguins will kill you, man. The Penguins.
Missing the Shock Blast.
Oh.
And Monkey, I don't know what he was trying to get out of that. Here comes Platos with the flash in, Bandit Touch plus the ultimate. Tempered Fate, 2-man. But that's not gonna be enough. Kathy's backing away, picks up the s'mores. But a Shockwave Blast and a sidestep by Kathy!
Wow, so he actually is able to escape there, although Sandy did go down. So I actually wasn't expecting that. They did know, so it was communicated. Jace actually did bait them in so that the Umumu could come in with the ult.
Oh my god, look at that, man. Kratos is really gonna snowball out of control. Look at that, Ryla's Scepter, Amorello. Look at the replay.
Yeah, so this is the kill we actually missed earlier. Hook missed, but the package did come in. It was enough to slow down Shub, and he was so he got the Zhonya's. There's a charm. And then, yeah, at this point, actually, Ari was just a bit too aggressive here. She actually, that was a mistake. She Spirit Rushed in, and it gave Jace the opening actually to move in and finalize the kill. So she should have actually Spirit Rushed out instead, or probably sideways to finalize the kill, instead of exposing herself to that Jace. But, I mean, at this point, small mistakes like that don't really even matter because Xavier University is kind of just abusing their huge lead. They're almost at 10,000 gold lead, and it's only at 20 minutes in. Baron is actually live, and I'm pretty sure that they have the resources to take that one down pretty easily.
Kratos trying to charm Platos, but instead gets hammered, stunned to the wall. Collateral damage, misses.
Yeah,
that's a pretty close
call. That was really wide. So he actually
right now, they are denying the territory. And look at that, Majorum just pushing away the bot lane. Knows that he can duel it 2v1. Why not? Has the Rapid Fire Cannon plus a Cloak of Agility.
Yeah, just use that Q to dodge all the skill shots.
Oh, that's not something you want to do on an Ezreal, knowing that you are low on mana.
Yeah, that's actually true.
Yeah, that was a pretty close call.
And if he actually shifted in, a good condemned angle would have killed him.
Yep, and look at the Chubb, has the Leanders, has the Zhonya's, and also has his ultimate ready to use. This is MSU trying to defend their mid lane inner turret. Sandy really closing in on that hook.
Tempered Fate is up, like you said, and we might see an engage here. Majorum!
Final hour is up. He is going to back away, but that will be a chase. Tempered Fate. Oh, look at the Tempered Fate. Really nicely done. And look at Majorum still trying to back away, but Manon gets cut off by Kratos. There is the kill from Sandy with the collateral damage, and Platos really low. Monkey gets healed by the ADC, and an ultimate, the Curse of the Sand Mummy. Monkey gets the kill, and Kathy just stalling for the Vayne right now. Yukto misses the death sentence.
Oh my. Yeah, so everyone just going on. Oh, wait.
Gets stunned. Wow, Monkey. Thank you very much, says Majorum. He picks up a kill, gets healed by the
my god.
Spell. That's a double kill, but instead Ezreal goes in for the finishing.
Yeah, okay, so the thing is, although Xavier University's laning phase went really well, I still really do not like the way that they're engaging in their fights.
And look at Chubb. That was actually a 4 versus 5 team fight. Chubb was not there.
Yeah. They were lucky that Chubb wasn't there. But still, I do not like the way Xavier University is engaging in their fights. It's if anything, it's reckless, actually, because they could be winning all of those fights if they would just do it cleanly. I mean, I guess at this point, it's just, I guess, a sense of overconfidence, as we'll see this
I don't know what happened here.
There's the condemn. So he actually condemned Yukto instead of Monkey, who would have probably died much earlier on during that fight. But he had to flash forward. He could have actually saved that flash so that he could have flashed away right here. See, so he could have actually gotten away with a double kill.
So the magical journey just ended up giving Majorum the double kill.
Yeah.
Seeing a clash in the red side of MSU's jungle. Nothing much going on with the next Drake gonna be live. It's going to be the Cloud Drake.
I'm actually kind of sad that I'm not seeing Godfist Lee Sin in this game. He's not available yet, is he?
He's actually available. I've seen in the store.
Already? Yeah. Oh, okay. Man.
So
I want to see Godfist Lee Sin. I really like the, what do you call this, the spotlight video that Riot made of him, where he's fighting, what was that, Ilaoi, I think?
Ilaoi, or I think it was Aurelion Soul, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was the Ilaoi. It was pretty interesting. So we'll see right now. I mean, okay. So we have to be a bit realistic in the sense that there's not much that MSU can do at this point to bounce back in the game unless Xavier University...
Manok eats up the charm, picks up the burst. Monkey goes in for the hammer down. Teleport coming in. Rumbles gonna join in. And the Temper Fade lands onto Platos. There is the equalizer, but Platos gets stunned. He's left alone, getting all the damage. Banitosh in, back in. What was that? Sandy picks up an easy kill, and here comes Chubb flashing in with the Flame Spitter. He does have the Zonias, and we can see Sandy going all in too. Yukto missing that center.
Yeah, so that was a pretty messy fight, but Sandy going very
low.
low.
Now it's pretty close call. He does have his Zonias. He's just teasing out that Ezreal with the call stacks, 12 stacks in, and it's almost 30 minutes into the game. I'm just waiting for Xavier University to close this game as early as they can.
So 24 minutes in, and we've got an ever increasing lead on Xavier University's side.
What they need to do is right now is Monkey gets down by the Almajoran. Yukto really low on health. The last tumble and the silver bullets will give the double kill. And Almajoran, but Shane does not care.
Yeah, this guy is just walking around like he owns the place, which he kind of does.
And there is the search and win trivia. So follow that link, answer the question. You will win yourself a mystery gift. But if you're too slow, you have a chance to win the GPL free ticket if you answer it correctly. Sandy diving in gets killed by the turret hit. And there is the revenge in your face.
Yeah, exactly. Always flash that badge when you get the revenge kill on the losing side. It's your last hope. You know, it's your only way to redeem your dignity as a summoner.
Oh, look at that. Mano going all in, but there is the equalizer. He cleansed out of it. That's not gonna help. He has the Zonias! There is the Flame Spitter. Monkey still going all in. Pianos picks up the kill. And now Kathy's trying to get away with the magical journey. Kratos is there, and that's a bit too late. He gets, however, a double kill. And the Sal Mummy picks it all onto the Kratos. Kratos sprint rushes in, tries to carry it out. That's not enough. Piatos gets the triple kill.
Amumu is OP. Triple kill. With 25 minutes in, no movements onto the Baron. I mean, at this point, Xavier University is just kind of playing with their...
Look at that. The Ezreal finished up the call stack, so I owe you a JPL.
You do. You expected you underestimated our Ezreal, man. He's better at farming than you thought.
I wouldn't say so. Looking at the CS. Look at that and the replay.
Yeah, so Corki did go in. The Zonia's there, and Shub barely survives. Manok actually was able to survive there. And Amumu here finalizing most of the kills because of most of his members being low.
That was pretty close. The Sunfire, actually, I think. Sunfire and the Tears.
And yeah, at this point, it's pretty much, there's nothing really to talk about here. It's just a messy skirmish. And that's a triple kill finalized there.
This is just Xavier University just messing around, not closing the game efficiently as they can. Look at Amajorum. He does not care. 6-3-1. Rapid fire cannon plus Infinity Edge. Trying a 3 versus 1. Fails because gets shut down by the crowd control.
I mean, it's funny because Majorum is so far ahead.
Yeah.
But when you see him on the screen, it's like he's not really that far ahead. Like, he keeps getting killed in these crazy situations. They finally started the Baron that they could have gotten 10 minutes ago. And this will be pretty easy. No vision down there. And it's going to be probably uncontested.
No ADC. Here comes Kathy slowing down Monkey. Monkey gets stunned. Eats
my god.
Kratos easy burst. And here comes Sandy hopping over the wall. Tempered Fate will not. Connects onto the Ezreal.
Nice hook.
Let's connect. And there is the box. Mana picks up the kill. But look at Sandy. Low on mana. Can't do much. Kratos fresh in mana. Spirit rushes in. Picks up a kill on Piatos. Manok. But however, Chop eats up to that sentence. Double kill for Kratos popping the Zonia's. Magnoon sticking in. There is the smite. That will be back away. Sandy goes in for the quick draw. End of the line will not connect, but pretty close call, but Manok was managed to get the double kill and a shutdown.
Again, Xavier University with the weird engages, not properly maneuvering, although I would commend Kratos, I guess, for that one kill. But yeah,
that was a pretty sad thing for Xavier University. They are
so taking a look at the replay, Monkey gets completely bursted out of that fight so early on. And then there's a Tempered Fate landing onto the Ezreal. Didn't really help much. And the hook The hook onto Kathy was the beginning of the end here for XU in this engage. They were able to finalize a couple of kills there. Kratos is actually able to get a pretty nice kill there onto Amumu. At that point, they should have just backed out. But they actually decided to go all in, which gave Ezreal and Corki here a couple of kills. So again, over-aggressive on the side of Savior University, but
and not respecting the burst coming from Manok with the Trinity Force.
And you see, the scary part about this is that the more kills you give to MSU, the bigger lead you're giving a triple AD, well, semi-triple AD carry composition. So they can't underestimate MSU's ability to actually bounce back from this.
Look at those little penguins.
You know, that's the best part about that skin, man. That's why Riot made it. It's for the people who love penguins. And who doesn't love penguins, right?
I do. So look at that Chop. Out position in the blue side. 4 members collapsing onto Chop. Popping the Zonius, but the burn from the Equalizer got him a kill, but it's not worth it. Manok is on an unstoppable killing spree.
Yeah, it's double Trinity Force right now. One on the Ezreal, one on the Corki. Might as well put one on the Jace, so it's a Trinity Force. But we'll have to see. Baron is still up. And there is a ward there actually, so they can contest this, but I don't know if they'll be able to make it in time. Ward disabled there by the control ward.
Teleport coming in from Monkey. Cassie spots it.
Q in.
Stalling in. Kratos goes in for a Spirit Rush, lands the Charm and the Orbs, forcing out the Flash, but the Decree will secure the kill. There is the Tempered Fate. Kratos pops the Zonius. Viatos is very low, but Mactum is free to hit. Look at the backline! Look at the backline! The Vayne doing what he loves to do! Playing the 3v1 game. There is the magical journey. Cassie closes in the gap. There is the stun. There is the tumble and the crit strike. 4 members down with only Yukto to defend their base.
And Vayne, this is the moment. You know, 30 minutes in, you've got double Cloud Drake. He's moving like crazy and maneuvering past all of the skill shots pretty much here from MSU. That's going to be the first inhibitor going down. Well, bot inhibitor was down earlier, but it's actually up again. And they'll be able to get this one in just a bit. I think this will be a sign for them to recall and then set up for the Baron. Well, at least that's what I think they should do. I don't know if they'll actually do it. Because they do like to sort of play around. But we'll see what they do. Decide to do Earth Drake, Mountain Drake is going to be the next one, which should help them actually with that true damage onto objectives, because it still does seem like they're having a hard time taking down a couple of these objectives quickly.
I think I gave the Ezreal too much time to stack that shot. I mean, I gave him like 15 solid minutes. Man. Oh well, look at that. Mountain Drake being taken by Xavier University, uncontested. No wards whatsoever. That would be a clean objective. A bit too late to the party. MSU, and they might rotate for a Baron. Look at that. Kratos going in for Spirit Rush. Does not land the Charm, but still Spirit Rush is in. But Mactum is there with the Acid Shot, and Chop gets taken down by Manok.
Oh my, I think that was a wrong decision there from Sendy.
Yeah, this is very low indeed, but Kato picks up the kill thanks to the Penguins. And look at that, Sendy still low, still going all in. And here comes Amajorem. Oh yeah, for the cleanup. And there's the temper. Lands onto the Ezreal. Amajorem is just waiting in for the kill, but instead Sendy picks it off with Yukto left again to defend their base.
That was a pretty interesting interaction there where Amumu was dead, but the bandage toss actually attached onto, I'm not sure who that was, but it stayed for quite a while, so...
And the CC stayed.
Yeah,
so it's like when Ari deploys the Orb of Deception, it still comes back to it even though the champion is dead.
So that's actually quite nice. But Baron going to be started here. I do think they have the damage this time with 4 core items being down for Vayne. So taking a look at that replay.
Not respecting the damage.
The Equalizer cut off Kratos, so she actually had to move in, which gave Mactum the time actually to kill her. And then we'll see here that interesting Q. So the Graves actually tries to get away. He launches a Q, so there. It actually stays even though he's dead. So I don't know if that's intended by Riot, but it's a pretty nifty bug.
The Vayne really, man.
Boom!
Monkey didn't even do anything.
Yeah. That's what happens when you have a 10-4 Vayne, man. That's what happens.
10-4 Vayne, Rapid Fire, Blade of the Ruined King.
And Quicksilver too, so the Mumu can't even lock him down. That's one mobile Vayne. With double Cloud Drake as well.
Oh man. So with the Baron in the hands of Xavier University, MSU has to defend this up. They can survive it. They have Manok with in terms of damage. Confront package. Sendy picks up the death sentence. Equalizer is there, making room for the push. Chop goes in. diving in. There is the locket for the shield. Turrets destroyed. Next is the inhibitor, but looking at the right side of the map, we can see that Corky is trying to flank it in. Look at that, he's just waiting for the right time. A bit too late. This is the
Wombo
last
combo.
inhibitor. Last inhibitor gets taken down.
The box and curse, man. Where's the box and curse and Wombo combo?
Oh, the man bandage toss misses, and look at that.
Do it!
Manok is actually failing his surprise attack, and look at the members trying
Oh,
to turn. Manok failing his flag, and now Chub at the center of everything. What a tempered fade with only Yuto left. There is the box, but look at the fade. Quick Silver Slash does not help at all. He does get taken out, but that would be a cleanup for Xavier University.
Man, so Xavier University completely dominating this game. They're going to be taking the first game of the day, 33 minutes in, with a 20,000 gold lead. Clearly,
so
they are the top seed of this group.
If they win another game, they are guaranteed to be in one of the top 2. So, congratulations to Xavier University for winning that game, and what a game it was.
Yeah, I mean, sa mga estudyante natin dyan, you know, I guess some of the lessons here that I think we would learn is, especially when it comes to pick and ban, you know, so looking at how the pick and ban went, I think that's where they lost already. Like,
not to mention there was no synergy.
Yeah, like looking at MSU's team composition, you had so many champions that were scaling way too late. So if you look again at their team right now, Corky, you know, he spikes towards the mid to late, and he's actually not that viable right now. Jace built tier against a Rumble, which I think is really inefficient. He should have probably just gone for the usual lethality build, you know, going for the Yomus into maybe something like Black Cleaver, etc.
Yeah,
so he could have dueled much better. He would have had a better off tank as well, which could have soaked the damage and probably 1v1 the Vayne at some point in the game as well. And then the Ezreal and the Thresh, I guess that's alright, but I would have liked to see a more dominating bot lane. Lucian was up. Remember that. Lucian was up. So Thresh Lucian would have probably destroyed that Bard in Vayne. I'm not so sure. It's still a bit of a skill matchup. But looking at the damage, the Vayne Ad Majorem just had the time of his life this game.
And it's funny that the Bard dealt more damage than the Amumu.
Yeah.
So guys, there you have it. That was Game 2. We'll be back for Game 3. And not to mention, please take note of the Search and Win trivia. Not to mention the GPL ticket giveaway. We have been your shoutcasters for Game 2. I am Vulcan, and joining with me was Amplifier. We'll be back for Game 3 after a short break. Sandy catches the Death Sentence. There is the Temper Fate. Whoa, four-man Temper Fate, and there is the teleport coming into the lane. Madhum gets the bit denied, and Yukto is forcing it back away. But Sandy, the Ignite does not finish it off. Yukto gets killed by Chub, and here comes another kill from Ad Majorem, and now Casey going for a tower dive. Here comes Kratos leading the fight with Spirit Grudge. Manok comes in for the gang, but that is going to be a punishing thing. Or Deception does not land. Where's the harpoon on cooldown?
Yeah, so that's good.
Lines of heat cleanse, element that second hand. He has the zone, yes! There is the flame spinner. Monkey still going all in. Pianos picks up the kill. And now Kathy trying to get away with the magical journey. Kratos is there, and that's a bit too late. He gets, however, a double kill. And the Sand Mummy picks it out onto the Kratos. Kratos straight rushes in, tries to carry it out. That's not enough. Piatos gets wait, will not. Oh, connects onto the Ezreal.
Nice hook.
Let's connect, and there is the box. Mana picks up the kill. But look at Seti, low on mana, can't do much. Kratos, precious mana, Spirit rushes in. Picks up a kill on Pianos. Manok, but however, Chop eats up that sentence double kill for Kratos, popping the Zonias. Manok sticking in. There is the smite, that will be back away. Sandy goes in for the quick draw. Oh, end of the line will not connect, but the orbs racing at the flash, but the decree will secure the kill. There is the Pepper Fake. Kratos pops the Zonias. Pianos is very low, but Macdum is free to hit. Look at the backline! Look at the backline! The Vayne doing what he loves to do! Playing the 3v1 game. There is the magical journey. Kathy goes in the gap. There is the stun. There is the tumble and the crit strike. That 4 members down. For Spirit Rush does not land the charm, but still Spirit Rush is in. But Macdum is there with the extra shot, and Chop gets taken down by.
Oh my, I think that was the wrong decision.
Yeah, this is very low indeed, but Castle picks up the kill thanks to the Penguins, and look at that, Senti still low, still going all in, and here comes Amatorim, oh yeah, for the cleanup, and there's the Temper lands onto the Ezreal. Amatorim is just waiting in for the kill. kill, but instead, Sandy picks it off with like the end. Just waiting for the right time. A bit too late. This is the
Wombo
last
combo.
inhibitor. Last inhibitor gets taken down.
The boxing curse, man. Where's the boxing curse wombo combo?
Oh, the man bandage dodge misses, and look at that.
Do it!
Manok is actually failing his surprise attack. And look at the members trying
Oh,
to turn Manok failing his flag, and now Chub in center of everything. What a tempered fade with only Yuto left. There is the box, but look at the fade. Quicksilver Slash does not help at all. He does get taken out, but that would be a cleanup for Xavier University.
Man, so Xavier University completely dominating this game. They're going to be taking the first game of the day, 33 minutes in, with a 20,000 gold lead. Clearly, so they are the top seed